All right, since we've got so much rain, I have been needing to get this done. You guys have probably seen these grates out front this door. I need to make a hay holder, hay bin, so whenever I'm out of town, I can drop in a thing of hay in here for the goats. All right, these are 2 steel fences that I literally put inside each other's frame. I drilled a hole. I got a long bolt through here. Eventually what's going to happen, there's going to be a 2x4 frame is going to run right across here. That's why I've got long bolts. I'll have to show it to you as I go, guys. There is no plans to this. It's in my eyes. It's in my head. So I need to find, what I've done was I measured from the furthest bracket right there all the way across to here, which is 83 inches. But because I'm going to be running a 2x4 along each side, the framing, I'll have to show you when I get there. The framing, I have to add another 1.5 inches on this side, 1.5 inches on that side, so that makes it 3 inches. So I got to cut a board, 2 2x4s, that's going to be part of the frame, 86 inches. I've got these 2 here out of my scrap wood pile I've got way back here in the corner. And we're going to go ahead and get this cut. So all right, the first thing that I need to do is I just need to make sure these are nice and square ends. And as I showed you before, how I do it, just going to lay this here, and I'm going to run my saw blade right along it. There's that one. All right, here's 2. All right, I already flipped the boards over. Now I need to do 86 inches. Let's mark it. Look at that, we're real close to using that whole board up. Perfect. And then there's 2. We're good. Now I'm gonna show you a trick, guys. Another little trick about cutting wood. You ever have a saw that's really hard crossing a board? It doesn't float good. I have silicone spray, okay? It's not going to hurt the 2x4s, not going to hurt the saw. I spray the bottom of this. Not the blade, just the bottom of the saw. Now let's go ahead and cut this board. It glides across that top a lot easier. Cut this one. So what we got is this one here is going to go on one side. This one will go on this side. Now I got to find a measurement that goes across here. But I want to make sure that it's as wide as what this is, so the hay falls back down in the tray that it's going to sit in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and take a measurement. I'm going to take a measurement from this point to that point, 40 inches. So, but in the beginning of the video, you see me talk about this project I started. I started that back about 3 months ago, 3.5 months ago, before garden season hit. Before I got real busy doing things, and I never finished it. Okay, in the last clip you seen, I talked about making the base was going to be from here to there, plus 2 more 44 inches. Well, after I made the base that size, but after I started looking at it, the goats could never reach in far enough to get hay that would be in here. So I decided I am making it smaller. And I think I come up with, I think it was 30 inches. Let's see, 31 inches. I think 31 inches will be a good size. You can see they can get in there. I've got Nigerian dwarf goats. And I am just piecemealing, putting this thing together. As you can even see that those beams aren't even straight. It's because I already pre-drilled the metal frames to accept the old frame. And you can see that one's crooked. They're all crooked. What I am going to do is I've got some roll fencing, and I already used that type fencing. You can see it right there on the ends. I already used that on their goat feeders now, and they're able to pull the feed straight on through. I believe it's what is this, 1x4s? 1.5 by 4? Nope, 2x4. They get the hay out of there where they're at now, no problem. So, and that's going to lay inside here. But today, I'm going to run a board across here. I'm going to run a board across right in there, both ends, because I'm going to use pallet wood for the base of this. I want to be able to catch the hay that they don't eat so it doesn't hit the ground. I'm going to put it back inside the feeder as they go. I heard so many people say once the goats get done eating it, they hit the ground, they don't re-eat it. Yeah, they do. You just pick it up, put it back in there, and I've been doing it. So I'm going to make that bottom base is going to be pallet wood, and I'll show you what I'm going to do, how it's going to go, and then we'll put in this wire mesh in there, and then this thing will be ready to move back out to the goats. All right, I got to go, and guess what? I got to put a battery in this. This is fixing to go dead. And find myself a couple of pallets. I'm going to bring them up here, and we're going to start taking this apart, the pallets apart, to make some. Okay, you can see I've got half of it done. Now what I did do, I put a brace over here. We've got a brace going across right there. I did do a center brace, and I was doing without those center braces there. But once you put pallet wood on there, you know, it kind of gives a little bit and climb up on there a little bit. So since I have pallets, I took out one of the legs. I got one there, and I got one I put in right where that marker is right there. So this side is done. That's one pallet, and now I need to get another pallet. So when I get that done, then I can set up my screening. All right, we got the second side done. It's all nailed down together. Okay, as I told you, I'm going to use this to set in here, because if you leave these big gaps open, they just pull out the whole sliver of hay. I have that already on the single sliver feeders, and they have no problem getting the hay from there. So I'm going to use the same thing. We're going to line it in here. I have already cut the length, so it should fit. Now I need to find a 4-foot mark, which is probably a 2-foot mark, which is probably right here. And I'm actually going to fold this whole thing over so it fits in there. All right, guys, of course, Tony forgets to turn the camera on. I've got that laid on the edge where it needs to be. That will split this 50-50, and I need to turn it at a right angle. All I did was stand on the board, 2x8. This was laying down. I just grabbed it, picked it up, and pulled it backwards. It kind of pulled hard and kinked it. It just walked right across. Did the same thing all the way through. Looks pretty good. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this board out of the way, because I want to kink it just a little bit more. I want to fold it over a little bit more if I can. That's looking good. There we go, guys. Look at that. All right. You can see I laid it in here. It's folded in. I've got some wire ties in here. I've got it bent over so they can't roll over, go under so the goats can get it. It's all secured. Move that a little bit. But it's all tight. I did not add no wire ties down below because the weight alone will keep this all in here. All we had to do is weigh about here. So everything looks good. The only thing I need to do is go get my forks, put them on my tractor, and I'm going to try. I think my forks are long enough they'll reach across, and I'll just pick them up and set it out there. All right, guys, I'm done with that little project. That thing turned out good. So whenever I take off for a weekend or whatever, I'll raise that up and pick that up and put it inside their coop area, whatever you want to call it, and that way I can lay bay hay in there and they can just get after it. I don't want to lay it in there every day because these guys will just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat out of the house. So it's a temporary thing that will help us when we need it, and it's going to work out good. All right, y'all, thanks for watching the channel. I appreciate your support, and y'all have a great day, and on to a few more projects I got going on. See you later.